This is Clix on the Barbie. Join us as we talk about Clix in Australia, current HeroClix happenings, and a dash of meta. Welcome to Clix on the Barbie, episode 32. I'm Ben Jones, and with me tonight I have a special guest, Anthony Callahan. Hey Anthony, how you going?
Hey Ben, I'm great. How are you?
I'm actually really great. I'm really great. It's great to have you on, and we look forward to talking to you a little bit about who you are and what you do with HeroClix and how you got into the game a bit later on. So in this episode tonight, we're going to be doing a good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to just have a look at some Clix that we may have played in the last couple of weeks. We're going to talk with Anthony as well. Share a little bit about that 10 of Swords set and what we've managed to pull, and we'll also have some questions from Malcolm Rush as well, which we'll look to answer. So let's turn on the gas, light the Barbie, and talk some Clix. Okay, Anthony, welcome and glad to have you on. We have some questions. Well, I have some questions for you tonight. Chris wasn't able to make it, but we thought we'd go ahead anyway. I've got some questions to ask about you and HeroClix, so we might as well get underway and get it started. So the first question I have for you is, how did you get started in HeroClix, and when did you get started?
Ooh, okay. I think the first time I actually started buying HeroClix, I wasn't playing at the time because there was nowhere to play, and as far as I knew, it wasn't much of a game. It was the 10th anniversary set that came out, and I think they were all in EBs. And you get the little blind box HeroClix of the Marvel characters and the DC characters, so I started buying those. And then I moved down to Canberra, and I was talking about HeroClix with one of the people I worked with, and he went, "Oh, you should come with me one time. I play HeroClix every Wednesday night." It's like, oh, fantastic. So it was nice to go into a game store and see people actually playing with boosters on the shelves and prize support. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds excellent. I remember those Marvel 10th, weren't they? Yeah, the little boxes. I remember those. So going and finding a play group is always nice. So it started there.
And when I started, I think that was just at the beginning of the Fear Itself storyline.
Oh, excellent one to start at too. You playing that?
Oh yeah. And I'd read all the comics, so I was really excited about this. And this was at a point where WizKids would actually have on their website pictures and explanations of the characters, which was really cool. And I remember seeing the Loki on the Hellhound and going, "Oh, that'd be really great to get," and not realizing at the time it was a prize. So, we played Sealed, which was fantastic. I got some really cool characters out of that. And I think, end of the first month, I ended up actually winning that as like a player's player kind of prize. Certainly not for coming first.
Fellowship?
Fellowship, that's the word.
Nice. Always good always good if you've got something you've seen and you really like to be able to pick it up after playing. So that's always good. Doesn't matter how you get it in the end.
It's still on my shelf.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece. Cool. Okay, so you got started in Canberra playing, I guess, and so are you a casual? So I'll go to question 2. Are you a casual or competitive player? What's your format? What style of play do you like?
Ooh, I would say that I'm probably more of a casual player. I don't mind doing Sealed. Sealed's always fun because it's a very even playing field with that. Like, everybody has equal chance of getting something cool or something not so playable.
Yes.
But when I do play Constructed, I love building my teams. It doesn't have to be fantastic. It doesn't have to be meta. It usually isn't meta. I just put all the thought into building the team. Sometimes I'll build a team just to be annoying. So it'll really frustrate the person I'm playing just for laughs.
Yep, I get that. Just playing something that's a little bit off center, that can be really enjoyable to play still, but still be competitive in that play style. Like you're not a slouch with HeroClix. If you were nationals runner up in 2019, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
So not a slouch, uh, and that was a great build that you had there with Thanos on it. If I remember correctly, you did the Ultra Chase Thanos on that build.
Yeah, yeah, and the group with the Walking Woods, Astronomer, and I think it was Mr. Oz as well, and obviously a couple of cards, and I think I might have even had Dark Phoenix at that point in
I,
time.
I think you did too. Yeah. So you know how to play, but you enjoy that casual play where you can just build a nice team that's fun and enjoyable to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
For me, I think my favorite part of it is building the team. Not necessarily seeing something and going, "Oh, well, I'll play that because I've got the pieces." It's just, build something. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then try again with something else.
Yep, no, I totally get that. I've been trying my mission point teams and still can't quite get there, but I'll talk about it a bit later on.
Yep.
Question number 3 I have for you. Who's your favourite comic book character?
Well, that would be Carol Susan Jane Danvers, aka Ms. Marvel, aka Warbird, aka Captain Marvel, aka Binary. I don't think I missed any names there.
No, I think you got them all. And so you're a big Captain Marvel fan,
I
and
certainly am.
I know you sent me a picture through the week of all your nice Captain Marvel display with all your HeroClix and other memorabilia behind it as well, which is always great. Which in HeroClix, which is your, I guess, best representation or favorite Captain Marvel HeroClix?
Ooh, there are some really good ones.
We'll go through them.
I'd probably say that my favorite one, just off the top of my head, is the Captain Marvel from, I think it's Captain America and the Avengers, where she comes with Chewie.
Yeah, Captain Marvel and the Avengers number 54 super rare, which comes with
That is correct.
yeah. So come and 2 point values 150 and 95, and yeah, you can drop the Chewy bystander, which is that one is pretty good. 2 stop clicks at 95, and yep, I can see why you like that one. Are there others that you really like?
Oh, I do like the it's one of the chases from the Captain Marvel movie set. It's at 150 points. I'm just trying to remember which one it actually is.
This is number 21.
I think you are right.
Yeah, so number 21.
It's got the when she gets hit and takes a certain amount of damage, you can put her on the binary click, which is really cool.
Oh, and she has like high sonic speed 12, pulse wave, 20 defense.
Yeah,
Colossal
4 damage top dial, which is really cool.
Yeah, 5 damage on that dial as well. Wow. Yeah, that's a really nice piece.
But unfortunately, I've played her a couple of times, and once she gets past those first couple of clicks, she's a little dicey to play with, especially for 150 points.
Yeah,
but still a lot of fun.
Being outwittable makes her.
Yeah, not having the power cosmic does make it a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
The other one is a really good one, is the Avengers Fantastic Four Empire one, which I believe is number 4 in the set. So it's just a common.
Yep, just a common. Correct.
Yeah. And I love that she's got running shot and 7 range, because I do like playing with a bit of range. And also having outwit is really handy. And also, obviously, cosmic energy.
Yeah, certainly the cosmic energy on that one. I know I've found it hard to get through when I've played against it. And look, 130 points. Look, you can play at a cheaper point value with 70, but you probably, I don't know, it's certainly in sealed you're going for 130. 12 attack, 4 damage, running shot, psychic blast, energy explosion. She does it all. That is a really nice one, and a different sculpt as well, I guess, with the accuser hammer. I don't know, it's got a special name. I can't remember what the name of the weapon is.
Yeah, it's eluding me too, but it's a really... Have you read that part in the comic where she gets the hammer?
No, I haven't read that part in the comic.
because she ends up with it, but then she does relinquish the role of accuser and give it to her sister,
Oh,
who we
nice.
find out in the course of the storyline that she has a half sister.
Okay, well, there you
So,
go. That's
so
something.
hopefully we'll get her at some point in HeroClix as well.
Okay, oh, yeah, cool. So, Carol's sister. That sounds like good. Yeah, it's something that could come up in a future. I guess a more cosmic set would be one. That's where she'd probably fit.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so Captain Marvel is the person. So, you've, I guess you've enjoyed building teams with her in the past. So, mainly Avengers, I'd guess.
Avengers and sometimes Kree, and often she'll have the cosmic keyword as well,
Oh, yeah.
which is always fun to build around.
Nice. Nice. Right, let's go to question number 4. Anthony, what's your favourite HeroClix set and why? It's a tough
Okay, well
question.
this one's going to take us back away.
Okay.
So it's from around the time when I started playing. It was Wolverine and the X-Men.
I don't.
So I played that set so much because our store had lots and lots of it. I think that was the first set that I really spent a lot of money on because they had, obviously, with the booster bricks, they had the team bases,
Yes, the team bases.
and they were amazing and always hard to fill. I think the last one and one of the hardest ones to get was Jubilee for that X-Men team base.
Yeah, I am still searching for my Jubilee for the team base. I've got the Vampire Jubilee, but didn't never
Yep.
manage to score the normal Jubilee, and that was just hard. It was just hard. So no, I totally get that. That was a great set. I could understand why you would have purchased a lot of that set and played a lot of that set because it was a really fun set to play.
And I loved at the time that because we'd just come out of uh, Avengers versus X-Men, and the chases for that set were the Phoenix Five. So it was really great to get the representations of Cyclops and Emma and Magic and Namor and Colossus as part of the Phoenix.
Yes, the Phoenix Five. Did you get all 5 of them?
I am only chasing Emma Frost. She's the only one I need for the entire set.
No, I for the entire set.
Yep.
Wow.
I
Okay.
even got all the team bases. The last one, funnily enough, was my favorite comic, so it was really great to get that one. It was a New Mutants team base.
Nice. That's a good fun team base. I think I like that one because it was a cheaper point value as well. If you play it like at
And I think
100
later on
points.
they put out some little prizes, so you could put Cable on it if you wanted to, or swap out a few of the other characters, which was really really neat.
Yep, it's actually a really good looking team base too. That one. Some
Yeah.
were. Oh no, actually most of them are all pretty good, I must say. So I've got to close that window. No, cool. I totally get that. So that makes total sense. So Wolverine and the X-Men, and your reasoning is sound on that.
It's a classic, but it is a favorite.
Yeah, and that's fair. It's I know too many people I talk about. They still think of that set pretty fondly, just because people really enjoyed the team bases. I think, and especially maybe not playing against team bases, but enjoyed the
Oh,
the art of
yeah,
the
that
team
Shi'ar
base.
team base to play against, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, that was a pretty horrible. And we all probably all had stories about how the team base crushed us one night. Uh, but
Definitely.
it's it also just had some great pieces in it as well. I know that I enjoyed looking through that set, and because I think that had, if I'm just let me check, yeah, so I had that Vampire Jubilee. I think I got a lot of that set as well. Just not all of it, but
I was
X-Men. I
very
know.
lucky. I'd walked into a game place a number of years after the set had come and gone, and they had a couple of boosters of it on the shelf, and I went, oh, okay, I'll grab a couple, and that's where I got my Vampire Jubilee. So I
Yeah,
was quite ecstatic about that.
that's a great set. Cool, excellent. Thanks for Anthony for that. Now my 5th question for you: do you have a favorite team that you've ever played in HeroClix?
Ooh. Well, as I said, I love building teams, and I do like that little annoyance factor in it. Many years ago, I took to nationals. I think the team consisted of Devil Dinosaur, the one in that little the leisure suit jacket,
Yep.
where you could drop three different sets of pogs.
Yes, I love that piece.
I think that was that Agents of Shield or one of the ones after that?
I think it was Superior Phase of Spider-Man. I still believe that you
Oh,
can
you could be
actually.
right.
I believe you can actually play it in silver still.
Oh, cool. It was him. It was Doctor Demonicus, who would also drop pogs.
The giant pogs.
Yeah, and it was Rick Jones with the Blazing Skull, Namor, and Captain America.
Another pog generator. Okay, I can see where you're going there.
I got absolutely wiped off the board almost every game, but I had so much fun playing it.
Yeah, Devil Dino's in Superior Foes of Spider-Man, so he is actually silver legal still.
Yes.
So
Although there's also going to be a card coming out soon, I believe, so maybe I'll be able to get Rick Jones back on the board.
yeah, and that's with a legacy card coming out, and I believe it's the Avengers Forever set. For that Rick Jones chase, which would be pretty awesome to have, and have him. I know I've got a copy of him as well, so I wouldn't mind getting one of those legacy cards for him. Oh, cool, excellent. So I get that. I like pog generators, having a full team of them and dropping a whole heap. It's where you probably need just to have Dr. Alia Gregor on your team just to give all your pogs +1
Yes.
nowadays, which is really cool too. Okay, final question I have for you, Anthony, before we go on to some other things. So I'm asking this one as an Australian. So Vegemite, yes or no? Is Vegemite for you?
Hell yes.
Hell yes. And so how do you have your Vegemite? What's the best way that you have it?
Usually on toast. Sometimes I'll just have it on a piece of bread. Sometimes on wheat bix. You know, it's good on a lot of things.
It is. Yep. On wheat bix. Okay. Yep. I think I've seen it. Some kids at school have that, but that one sounds a little bit too much for me. But I don't know. Definitely toast. Just thinly spread on toast, or are you thin spreader or thick spreader?
Oh, look, I'd say I'm a thick spreader.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Because I know that it's Vegemite is an acquired taste, I guess. So I'll just ask that as a Australian. Rightio. But no, good. Well, thanks, Anthony, for sharing your information about HeroClix and how you've got into it and about yourself and HeroClix. That was really good to know. I look forward to continuing to play against you at some stage as well. And yeah, I will keep motoring on with the episode. Okay. So have you been playing any HeroClix of late, Anthony?
Well, I think the last game I had was against yourself, and it was an online game. I haven't had an in-person game since Nationals, because there's not much of a HeroClix scene here in Canberra at the moment, unfortunately.
Okay, so in Canberra, there's not too many people to play, or is it just you who plays, or?
I think at this point in time, there is just me.
Yep.
But if anybody is out there listening to this and they play HeroClix in Canberra, please drop a message on the HeroClix Australia Facebook page, and we will get in contact and we will get a game.
Excellent. Yeah, I know you'd be keen for a game, so I'm sure you'd be able to organise something if there are people in Canberra who want to play. Okay, and we played online, so we just had just a casual game. I was trying one of my mission point teams. And what were you playing? You were playing...
I was playing some X of Swords, just so I could say that I've had a bit of a game with it.
Cool. And it was a pretty... It was a good game. It was I
enjoyed it.
Yeah, we finished to a 35 to... It was pretty tight. I was certainly working on my mission points and trying to... So I was playing... I get to say I was playing a mission point team which had Uatu, which had the Wrecker, and had Heist Nebula. They were my 3 mission point people to try to get me mission points. I had 2 Quicksilvers from Avengers X-Men Fantastic Four Empire set, because they've got 35 points, they've got 12 speed and sidestep as well. So they were the people. My idea was Heist Nebula, hit someone, get a loot token, quickly run out, grab it, and run back into my starting area to earn my mission points with her. And it sort of worked okay.
It was working pretty well.
Yeah, it just needs to be a little bit quicker still. I'm enjoying the challenge of mission point teams at the moment and trying to work them out.
No, I have a lot of fun trying to wipe your team out before you can get those points, or before we go to time.
and that was it. It was like I wasn't really going to attack you. I did attack you and take something out because I charged, but it was more so I'm trying to earn my mission points by doing my things, and then it's a I don't know. Mission point games feel like a very different kind of game in that way. I guess that's my feelings on it. I'm still trying to work out whether it's a good thing or bad. I think mission points is good for the game. It gives another win scenario, but if you're not prepared to play against someone who's playing mission points, it can be really tricky because you're just sort of I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if that's how it feels for you.
No, I enjoyed it. It does make me think a little bit more, because I have to try and keep track of how many points you've got going, and whether I'm going to run out of time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay, cool. Because I haven't actually played against a mission point team myself. I only played mission point teams. So I'm looking forward to the day I get to play against one to see how that changes my play style, if it does. Because I know with that team it was like, I'm going to put the Wrecker and Uatu out there and make you come to me, and so then I can hopefully try to use Heist Nebula to hit you and get things off, but it forces you to come and try to stop me from earning mission points early. And on that account, I actually went to my local shop today, Tabletop Warfare, to play one of the high schoolers. We didn't get to play our last event, so I organised to play a couple of games, and I actually played that team today. I actually didn't finish it off. So what did I have? I had Wrecker, Uatu, Heist Nebula, 2 Quicksilvers at 35 points. Also got Darcy Lewis for a bit of Perplex, and Venom Magneto. He used to carry to TK idea to get Heist Nebula out to places where she can shoot. And I was perplexing up Heist Nebula as much as I could in her attack, so she could at least hit, just to get the loot tokens. And so I was playing against Terry at our shop, and he had, what do you have? He had Wolverine, had Cosmic Deadpool, the one on the surfboard, and
oh wow,
yeah, he had Tempo.
Love
Egg.
that tempo.
Yeah, and used it pretty well. And it was more so I think I in the end got to 14 mission points. But yeah, he had some nice swings and took out the Wrecker a little bit earlier. And then we came across a question. He took out the Wrecker, but I still had the 3 bystanders on. Do I keep earning points?
Yep.
If the Wrecker's not on the field, we decided no. Well, he's not on the field, so he couldn't keep earning points. He did manage to take out my team in the end, but I was really happy. I've still got some tweaks to that team to think about. I'm not sure what to do, but certainly tweaking some things would be important.
Maybe an idea for next year's Nats.
Yeah, well, I would love to come into Nats with a mission point team. Like people know I've enjoyed playing my team at Nats this year, but I would love to come from a different direction and try for Nats at a mission point. We'll see what comes out. I'm looking forward to the MODOK. So they have the MODOK Legacy card in the Avengers Forever set, which I think, if I remember correctly, he's got a mission point thing with him. Let's just see if I can find it. Yeah, MODOK, here we go. So he's got this game, when a friendly character with the aim keyword hits a character that hasn't been hit this turn, instead of dealing normal damage, you may gain 2 mission points. If MODOK is KO'd, gain 1 mission point instead. So it keeps going, even if MODOK does get KO'd. So
could be an interesting addition.
Yeah, I think so. He's 80 points. Again, they're reasonable investments that you have to make, but it makes sense if you can finish the game relive time. He does get to make, so he's got leadership, and then if he succeeds, he can generate a bystander from the card. If MODOK has leadership displayed on his dial, or a 6-year-old, you may instead generate one of each bystander. So he's got 2 different bystanders, and they both have the says bystanders generated by MODOK gain the aim keyword. So everything he generates will have the aim keyword, which helps with those points. So the other thing that he could generate is Red Wing. So if you could equip him with Red Wing, he could equip Red Wing, and Red Wing is an aim, has the aim keyword as well. So yeah, I think there's possibilities out there for it. That was certainly with that one coming forward to do. So I will continue to try my mission point. It's my mission, I guess. Have you ever?
I do enjoy playing them.
Oh, cool, excellent. And yeah, so I played that. I played last Thursday. I think we just played a bit of a fun game. I can't remember what team I played. But I have a friend who comes over on Thursday nights, and we just generally have a fun game. This week I've got my game set up for playing against him, and I've got Bentley 23 as my child genius, and I've got Thing Robots. I've got 7 Thing Robots and 7 Gorilla Knights. So the boy genius with his monkeys and robots to play, just for a bit of fun. And I enjoy doing those sort of fun builds.
That sounds like it'd be a good one to play against.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because I was looking at it, because the Gorilla Knights are sidekicks, they can activate the Thing Robots, which is cool. It'll be I'll be interested to see how it goes, and I do like those Thing Robots. 20 points for if you can get them working. They're good fun. Certainly not competitive, like highly competitive, but just still good fun. Just good fun pieces to play. And here's the other thing. I managed to come across some cheap War of Light boosters, or actually cheap War of Light bricks. They were $70 for a brick.
Ooh, that's a good deal.
Yeah, so I purchased a case of Wave 1 and a case of Wave 2, and I've got them. I've opened most of them. I haven't opened all yet. I'm still hanging on to a few, but I've opened most, but keeping them sealed in their boxes so that my son and I, or another friend who comes over, just so we can have some War of Light sealed. And Max, my son, we played a War of Light sealed the other day, and it was really it was funny to play War of Light again. Like we had 3 characters on our teams after getting it organised, like after building, going, I've got 3 characters because I've got this character who's like 117 points, and we both pulled the weapon of quad.
Oof.
And we both agreed not to play it against each other. We thought that was fair. I know I had Saeed, a Green Lantern. A Green Lantern recruit. No, Blue Lantern recruit.
Mm-hmm.
And Boudica, the Green Lantern, and he had Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner, Boudica, Kara Seal with the pack. So the one that the double base one, which has a pack, and that I just couldn't get over that. It was just too much. And he also had someone else, can't remember who it was, but it was good fun to play. So looking forward to playing some War of Light sealed with my friends as they come around.
No, that does sound like a good set to be able to go back to and play some sealed games with. And
I know that from what I've opened so far, I had a Parallax Entity.
Ooh.
And when I was actually trying to do an unboxing, and I kept getting interrupted. But as I was opening my boosters, I pulled an Ion Entity as well.
And I was like, very nice.
And I was like, wow, that's okay. That's fine. I'm happy. I've already had a Parallax, but I did have an Ion, but I traded it for a what's the orange one? I can't remember now. The snake, Ophidian.
Ophidian.
Yeah, I traded it for Ophidian because I was more interested in Ophidian than I was the Ion. But it's good to have one again. Yeah, cool. So yeah, it's keep looking for those bargains if I can online, and yeah, get some nice cheap sets. Yeah, so that's gameplay, I guess, that we've been playing. So you and I have played online. I've played some at my shop and at home with my friends. Anthony's still searching for some Canberra people to play.
I'm sure there's someone still out there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I only know you in Canberra, so I can't help you there. All right, let's move on. Okay, X of Swords or Ten of Swords. I think it's actually Ten of Swords, but X of Swords sounds cooler because the X makes it sound cool.
Yes, it does.
It does. I personally have not got any well, okay, I have got the miniatures game, which was nice. I think I purchased it just so I could have tarot cards in my hand, and it's always nice to have a new map as well. And I actually like the dice in the miniature game, believe it or not. I think they've become my new favourite dice. But I haven't got any of the boosters. Anthony, have you managed to get your hands on any of the Ten of Sword boosters?
In fact, I have. I managed to get 2 cases just before Nats, and was only slightly disappointed when the rule came through that you couldn't play them because nobody else had them, which is fair.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It was the right ruling, but I know if it was me, and it's like you had them in your hand, go, man, I could be playing these ones, and no one would be ready for them. But yeah, and how'd you go? So in your chases, what was great that you pulled?
I really loved X of Swords. I've been collecting the X-Men comics for a while, so I've read all through X of Swords and all the titles that cross through in the X-Men world. And there were some really cool characters that I wasn't sure that they were actually going to make, and I was hoping for a couple, and I was very lucky I did pull some of them. The best one, I would like to say, is White Sword Chase.
Right, so you pulled
he in the comic has an army of 100 men who are his sword fighters. They're his army, and they'll die at the end of the day, but they always come back in the morning. So with his sword that he's got, Purity, anytime you use Blade Claws and Fangs and you hit with it, you generate an Okara warrior bystander as a reflection of that. And I thought that was so cool. That was a nice little mechanic for him.
Excellent. And so that was one of your chases?
Yeah, that was one of my chases. That was really cool. The other one that I got from that was just working it out, Lady Roma.
Okay. So
and that's okay. I know she's not one of the ones that people are after the most, but a bit of leadership never goes astray. Some perplex as well. So I'll play that at some point. She's a ruler. I don't mind playing the ruler keyword from time to time, so I'm sure I can fit her into a team somewhere.
Yeah. I was just reading through what's that. She's got traded perplex when an opposing character within line of fire. Use perplex after resolution. Roll a d6. 4/6 targeted character modifies chosen combat value by the opposite amount. Ah, cool. So she can switch it around. And she's also got she's a good support piece. Leadership, shape change. She's got healing. 65 points. Mystics.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not absolutely amazing, but that's pretty cool.
I'm a big New Mutants fan, so I was really happy with the number of New Mutants that were in the set. You get Cypher, you get Danny Moonstar, and I love a good Danny Moonstar. I think before this, the Danny Moonstar was a prize with that X-Men Gravity Feed one, which I'm forgetting its name, but it was like Wolverine versus Cyclops kind of play.
Yep.
And then I think before that it was Wolverine and the X-Men, so it was really good to see a Danny Moonstar that I can play.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's always good to have a Magic,
Yeah,
And
ages.
there's two different magics in this, I believe. So she can carry people around, and a few little bits and pieces that she can do. And I
Yeah,
know people don't usually get terribly excited about the commons and the uncommons, but I thought they were really nice additions.
yeah. Well, you still need to have like good. I still think you need good commons and uncommons because people get a lot of those, and especially if you're not buying too many, that's going to we sort of buy cases to make sure we cover everything. But if you're only buying a few boosters, so like I know, like my friend Terry at the shop, he's like, what is he, in year 9? He can't afford to buy a case, but if you get a couple
Yeah.
of boosters and if you get some good commons and uncommons out of it, always great.
One of the uncommons that I was a little bit excited about as well was Honey Badger, who's X-23's little sister slash clone. And you get a little pog for Jonathan, her pet Wolverine, which is really cool. Also has New Mutants keyword, so I can fold her into that, which is really nice.
So we're going to see some more New Mutants teams coming from you.
Oh yes.
Cool. I look forward to it. That's good.
And
Um,
there was decent generics as well, like the Fury and the Farthleth Vampire and the White Priestess and the Green Priestess. And the Green Priestess I thought was pretty good because she's got a bit of range, precision strike, running shot. So that'd be something I'd probably play.
yeah, that's
Uh,
and it's always generics are always good to have. They just can build out and fill out some teams, especially. Oh wow, the Green Priestess filling out mystical,
oh
like
yes.
25 point. I guess you've got Lokis and things which you can bring in for 10 points, but add a bit of spice to you. Yeah, but yeah, that's cool. As I because I haven't gotten it yet, I really haven't delved too hard. Just sort of seeing what people get. Super
I also got
rares.
some
There you go.
primes.
Oh yeah, what primes did you get?
So I ended up getting the is it Captain Britain Rogue, which was really cool. Like it looks very pretty, and I'll work out some way to put her on an Excalibur team because I was looking at an Excalibur team for Nats before I decided against it. So maybe next Nats we'll have a bit of a go at that.
And I
But
think,
also
yeah, I
I
think.
also pulled.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, I think our Nats allows for great because there's not too many people. It allows for good so you can bring a team in like an Excalibur team and still have good success. Does that make sense? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and people go, oh, I haven't seen that, or it might be something that people aren't aware of. So that could work out really well. I'm just looking at it now.
But prime wise, I also got Nimrod.
Oh
So
wow,
47B, super rare. So that was really cool. And
yeah,
the other one I got was Mad Jim Jaspers.
wow. So
So 53B.
you got 3 primes out of your 2
I was
cases.
very impressed with that. So that was a nice change because I have in the past ended up with maybe the same prime 2 or 3 times.
That's really nice, and getting both the super rare primes,
Yeah, no, that was quite a surprise and a welcome one.
and because Nimrod gives you some great options for robot, and just he looks really cool, and Mad Jim Jaspers for the equipment swapping stuff, which would be interesting once everyone's sort of equipped and things like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, great. That sounds like you had a really good pulls from your two cases.
I will say there was one slight drawback.
What
I
was
did get 3 super rare Hope Summons.
uh
So,
okay, yeah, so
but
three.
that's the way it goes sometimes.
I don't think that's a bad one to be pulling though. Three of. Is she unique?
Yeah,
Yes,
she
she is.
is.
So, but what she got? Free choose a character within range, line of fire, and 2 step. Okay, so her being able to copy powers gives just like. I think that's not a bad one to have. I know I'll look to trade one off of you if I don't pull one myself because she looks great, right, and cheap. I know she's a 100-point value and a 40-point value. Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, being able to copy, and then so thinking about her being able to copy something, and then also maybe thinking about how tarot cards might interact with that. She can be pretty devastating, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of tarot cards,
Yes.
so across the 2 cases, I ended up with 20 tarot cards. So that was 5 per brick.
Yep.
Out of that 20, I had 15 singles and 5 doubles.
Okay. So
which is pretty good.
that's not too bad.
And I've got to say, the art on these cards is just beautiful.
Yeah, that's something I have really appreciated about them. The artwork, it just looks really nice. I know as soon as I got mine, I threw them straight into card sleeves to keep them nice and well protected, and because they're just great. Did you have one that you really liked out of all of the ones that you had?
I'd have to say there's probably 2 that grab my attention just for the art. I'm not even sure what they do. It's probably going to end up like the ID cards. I always wanted to collect all the ID cards so I could frame them up and hang them on the wall and not necessarily use them. So maybe I'll be able to do the same thing with the tarot cards. But I've got the Page of Wands, which has magic on it. The art is very nice. It does say first time each turn outward is used, they choose 2 powers instead of 1 on the same target character.
Yeah, so it's not it's obviously powerful, but it's not great. But yeah, I can see that's a really nice picture of magic.
And the other card is it's got Danny Moonstar on it. It is the Knight of Cups, and she's riding Brightwind. It's very, very pretty with a little halo behind her head. When a character uses invulnerability, reduce the damage taken by 3 instead of 2.
That is a good one. I like that one. Especially if you've got packing lots of invulnerability on your team, why not play that card? And is she like a Valkyrie there, or?
Yes, yeah, because she's been Hela's Valkyrie before.
Yep. I know. I enjoyed playing that. I think you talked about the Wolverine X-Men one, the Mirage. I played her so much. She was just so much fun.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. They both look great. Both look great. As I say, I'll be waiting. I'll hopefully get some when I get mine. Looks like there's 76 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember how many tarot cards there are. Look, be a few.
There are a whole heap.
But that's okay. And I think it's just a matter of picking out the ones, like from now forward, picking out the ones that might be useful for my teams that I build. And for me, I've been looking at the mission point ones. They're not the super highly competitive ones, but they're the ones that might suit my team, and they're the ones I'm probably looking at. So tarot cards good, pretty good pulls, 3 primes, chases you enjoyed, downside 3 Hope Summers, but easily tradable. I reckon those Hope Summers will be, and legacy cards. What legacy cards did you get?
I ended up getting Magneto, Iceman, Little Leech, and Sentinel Mark II.
Okay. Nice. There's Iceman. I think the Iceman is that really nice sculpt Iceman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a very pretty one where he's doing that little spiral thing. I think.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Leech is not a bad one to have. He, I guess, from what's he from? You probably have.
Is he giant size X-Men?
I think could be. I'm just trying to find where's. I'm looking at. I've got I'm in the set now, so I should just be able to find it quickly. Leech. Sorry, should be talking.
No, it's okay.
Alright, giant size X-Men number 26. So if you got giant size X-Men and you've got Leech.
I know I've got a couple of giant size X-Men, but it is a little bit before I started playing, unfortunately.
Aha, there you go. Okay. I know I have one if you ever need to use one.
And I have the card should you ever need to use one.
Excellent. So we might come into build. I like the fact that it can just other adjacent characters can't use powers, but then that's also you can't use powers. So just trying to work out how that one, how to use them effectively when it comes to it. Cool. So Exoswords for you all up out of 10. How would you rate it from your perspective, Anthony?
Look, I really can't complain. I got a chase that was amazing. I got primes. I got some really cool cards. So, like, I'm gonna have to say at least a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
We'll see how they play, and maybe it'll go up to a 10.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, well, and so we'll I look forward to playing some more on Sundays, and yeah, we'll try and test some of these out and have a go and see how they all fit together. I look forward to that play too. Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts about the Ten of Swords set, Anthony, and I'm going to move on to our last thing for tonight, which will be our questions from Malcolm Rush. So Malcolm, thank you for your questions, and your questions are about the upcoming sets. Now, Anthony, you're welcome to answer if you've got some answers to these. I have prepared previously. So Malcolm's first question was upcoming sets, the preview so far, which hero clicks do you want and what set is it from? So I don't know if you've seen many of the previews for the sets.
Not too many, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come. I think I might come back to this one because I think his question 2 might help with question 1. So question 2 was rank the upcoming sets for most want to least want. So our upcoming sets are Avengers Forever, Batman Team Up, Beyond Amazing, which is a Spider-Man set, and then there's the Iconics set. Now you know about the Iconics, Anthony? Have you heard anything?
I've seen a couple of pictures for the Iconics, and they look very, very cool. I'd be interested to see whether it is, because I've seen DC pictures and Marvel pictures, so whether they're going to combine the two, whether it's going to be a special event, whether it's going to be an Iconics Marvel and then an Iconics DC.
Yeah.
But I think there could be some very, very cool looking HeroClix out of this.
Yeah, so the Iconics gives you those there's sculpts which are like famous covers or famous scenes from out of comic books or media as well. So that's it, I guess, for those people that were unsure about what the Iconic sets were. Okay, so out of those sets, Anthony, how would you rank them? A 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oof. All right. Well, I'm a sucker for a good Avengers set, and I've seen a couple of little bits for that, so that would probably have to be 1.
Yes.
Batman Team Up. DC sets come out so infrequently that it is nice to get one, especially if it's a Batman one. I always love a good Batman villain, and I have seen that there are some Teen Titan Go figures in that set.
Correct.
And that show is just so much fun. It's 10 minutes of madness and then you move on. So I'd say Batman is second. Having actually seen the sculpts for the Iconics, I'm gonna have to put that in at number 3.
Yep.
And the Beyond Amazing, which is a Spider-Man set. Maybe I'm a little bit burnt out after the Venom and Carnage Spider-Man sets. I'll probably have that at number 4.
Which is amazing because the Venom Carnage set was like 2 years ago.
I know.
But it still feels like...
And the funny thing was, when I got that one, I also got a Fantastic Four, and I was most excited about the Venom and Carnage, but then ended up liking the Fantastic Four ones that I got more, and I think I used them much more. So, they're never always what you think they're going to be.
No, I totally get that. For myself, for my first position would be Avengers Forever. Really looking forward to a new Avengers set, and I've been enjoying reading the latest Avengers Forever run, and so really looking forward to having some of those figures in it. Mm-hmm. My second one is the Iconics. I think they look really great with their iconic poses, and I think that should be really fun. I'm interested to see how they do it. I'm thinking it might be like a small set for DC and a small set for Marvel, maybe a countertop display. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
that's what I'm sort of thinking. My third one is the Batman Team Up. I think, as you said, DC, we just don't get very many well, we wouldn't have had a DC set all this year.
No, I think the last one was Wonder Woman, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was, and that was so that's a long time ago. So I look forward to getting a new Batman set and Teen Titans in it, Scooby Doo in it as well.
Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be weird, but I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
I've got this weird thing that can happen later on down the track where I can have like Captain America and Wolverine with Captain Kirk and Jean-Luc Picard and Scooby-Doo and Shaggy all on a team together. It's going to be pretty crazy. And the other thing that coming in that Batman team up is lanterns. So there's going to be some lantern rings and new lantern pieces and constructs as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm putting that at number 3. And I think Beyond Amazing for me, Spider-Man. I'm not a big Spider-Man fan, I guess, and so that's why that one's my 4th ranked one there.
Yeah, like Spider-Man does usually have some good supporting characters, and we'll find something in those if that'll be a lot of fun to play. It'll be something that we won't expect, as I was saying before.
Yeah, and I always look forward to the Spider-Man villains. It'd be great to have a new Rhino and a new Vulture. I don't know if everyone wants me to say that. But it'd be great.
A new Doc Ock, maybe.
Yeah, and that's right. So and it'd be nice to have those again. And we've got them, but I don't know. It is nice to have a refresh on them. But for me, Avengers Forever, Iconics, Batman team up, and then the Beyond Amazing. So in those sets and things that you may have seen. Is there anything that has interested you? So let's go through Avengers Forever. Have you seen any of the Avengers Forever stuff?
Look, that's the things that I actually want. I want that Rick Jones card so I can play him again.
Yep.
But there's so many other Avengers from the last 40, 50 years that they could include in that, which would be really, really cool. And that's what I hope they do, rather than... And look, we all love Iron Man, we all love Captain America, but something else. Somebody wouldn't usually see.
It's always a hard one, I always think. They got to sort of put those characters in, like Captain America and Iron Man, because they're the well-known ones. Captain America and Iron Man. And then for, I guess, more comic book characters, comic book collectors like yourself and myself, we like to see some obscure character come out of the woodwork and go, oh yeah, I read about him, he was awesome. Like I'd say a Dr. Demonicus or something like that. And there's so much Avengers lore. I'm really hoping that they look at some of the old stuff, but also some of the new stuff that they've got going. But so Rick Jones for you. For myself, I think I said before, the MODOK Legacy card is one I'm really looking forward to. I'd like to get MODOK back into modern, and that should be really great. And I did see a chase for a chase figure from the set, which was Soldier Supreme, which is a combination of...
From the Warp World.
Yeah, from the Warp World. Yeah, so that's what Doctor Strange and Captain America combined.
Yep. I also saw there was a Ghost Rider and Black Panther combined, so Ghost Panther.
Yes, so that should be really interesting as well. So
I'm really hoping that one of the chases is the Spider-Man Moon Knight. So I think it's called Arachnite.
I feels like I've heard that somewhere, but I can't guarantee it. But that would be really cool. If not, you might be getting him in the Spider-Man set.
Oh yeah.
Because they do have a Spider-Man set coming up. But you'd think if they would wanted to sort of keep, I don't know, they did a Warp World in, what was it, the Rise and Fall set?
Yeah.
They did the X-Men Warp World, and now they're doing like the Avengers Warp World. So maybe in Beyond Amazing it might do. But wait, Arachnite, that would make sense though in this one, because what's that, Moon Knight? Yeah, Moon Knight and Spider-Man. So that would be a really cool one to see. Okay, cool. What about in Batman Team Up? Is there anything you're really looking forward to in that one?
Look, I saw that there's a new Larfleeze, so the carrier of the Orange Lantern, and it's wrong to say, but I really relate to him as a character.
Mine.
So, as a collector,
mine.
What's mine is mine, and mine is mine.
And what's yours is mine. Mine, yes. I get that's crazy, because my first pick I had was also LaFleeze. I really enjoyed him as a character. When I first brought him on to see it, he was like super awesome, powerful. Then I made him into a bit more of a comedy character, but still good fun. And yeah, that Orange Lantern, and so I get that. Everything's mine. The other thing I did see was they had a Teen Titans Dark Side, and I'm a sucker for a Dark Side, so I saw it in a Teen Titans style, so look forward to that one as well.
Yeah, I really do want some of those Teen Titan ones. I'd love to get a Raven. That and if they do, because there's an episode where she gets split into different parts. So there's like a lazy Raven, and there's an angry Raven. It's hilarious, and I really hope that they do that.
And she looks great. Just even just looking at one of her, but yeah, there's a Dark Side. Yeah, I think I don't. Oh, hang on, they got a Raven in a red costume.
Yes,
Some previews I'm looking at. So they might do. That'd be cool. Cool. Okay. What about in Beyond Amazing in a Spider-Man set? What would you be? Is there anything in that you've seen? I don't know if you've seen too much of that set.
I've seen a few of the villains, and it's the usual cast of Shocker and I think Hydro Man, and
Yeah, there's
I
Hydro
think there
Man,
was
Sandman, Lizard,
Sandman, Doc Ock,
Electro,
and
Mysterio.
that's great because we haven't had them in a few sets, so
Yep.
that's good. But I love the Edge of the Spider-Verse stuff, so I'm hoping that they will maybe do some of those characters as well, the different types of Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, that's would be nice if they did some continue to do those. I know WizKids created the chase set, but I really enjoyed the chase set from Absolute Carnage.
Oh yeah, they were super fun.
Like, they were ones that they created, but it was I enjoyed Spider Hammer because I obviously used him at Nats for my team, but also just it was just a really great fig.
Yeah, I love the steampunk Penny.
Yeah, such a great
That looks
sculpt.
very, very cool, and lots of fun to use too.
Yeah, yep. So no, totally get that. For myself, I've seen that they've got Bombastic Bagman, Spider-Man, which is fond memories of the one from years past. I think which was in Web of
Yep.
Spider-Man, and it'd be great to see Bombastic Bagman back in action. I'm sure he's not going to be as broken as he was, but it'll still be good fun. And last but not least is the Iconics. Is there anything that you have that I know you've probably only seen limited Iconic stuff, but anything that you were interested in there?
Well, look, I do love the Spider-Man pointing at himself.
The Spider-Man meme.
That like there are so many really cool things they could do. Coming to mind, the Wolverine cover where you can see the reflection of the Hulk in his claws. I'm not sure how that would work, but it'd be a cool idea. Or they could, I know they have before, but do a Days of Future Past, Days of Future Past cover.
Yep.
That would be very cool with Wolverine and all the posters behind him.
Yeah, because you could certainly have that. Well, they've done that in the past, haven't they?
I think it was, Days of Future Past Gravfeed set from quite a few years ago.
Yes, but they could certainly update something like that easily.
But and there's they probably won't do it, but I would love to see it. There's a New Mutants cover where it's Danny in the foreground and the Demon Bear, I think it is, in the background. Or actually, I think in that particular comic, it's Warlock in the background. But the art on it is amazing, so I would love to see that turned into a hero comic.
Nice.
You got to have dreams.
Yeah, you do have to have dreams. For me, I'm looking forward to the Thanos snap one. I just really like the fact that it has the snap as part of his sculpt. That's a sculpt I'm looking forward to. And if I was to suggest some iconic covers, what did I have? I had I had it here. So it doesn't have to be covers. It's scenes from comics. So I was thinking the Wolverine in the Hellfire Club sewer after he's been, he been sunk to the bottom, and there's the scene where he's looking up and the great shadows covering over his face. Like I don't know how to say it, but that's that.
No, I know the one that you mean. That's fantastic. That would be great.
I don't know how you'd do that, but have him looking up with his claws and have that shadow over his face. That's one for me. My other one that I had was from Punisher War Journal number 5, so it's pretty old, but it's one with Wolverine, and he's got his claws out, and he's got Punisher's top, and he's got his claws threaded through his top, which would just be, I don't know if you could do that, but I guess you could, and have maybe the Punisher be like a duo sculpt, and the other one, the Punisher, which has no shirt on. I don't know. That's starting to sound a bit kinky.
There's a really cool one. I think it's one of the comics after that, where it's Wolverine with like a cheetah skin around his neck, and he's jumping at the Punisher.
Yep, I reckon that's the next. I was actually going through some of my old comics, and I came across that one, the Punisher War Journal, and because I think that was the second issue of that one. So cool. That was two that I sort of thought of as iconic for me, whether they're iconic for everyone else. I agree with the Wolverine with him holding his claws and the Hulk's reflection. I guess you could make shiny claws, maybe. I'm not sure. But that would be really cool as well. So amazing we picked all Wolverine ones.
Well, here's a non-Wolverine one. What about Iron Man with his helmet off looking into the mirror?
You certainly could.
They did something similar with Chameleon in the Fantastic Foes of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, they had the
Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
Yes. So they could do that and have a few bottles of alcohol on his table there, and have him not looking too great. That would make for a unique HeroClix, I would say, Anthony. I'm just thinking, is there anything in Avengers Forever that you would like to see? So is there, like, when you think about it, we know a few characters from that set, but is there anything you're going, oh, I'd really like to see that? Work out what mine was. I know for myself, I would like to see, hopefully they do an All Rider, so out of the new Avengers Forever, the Ghost Rider from 616 has become the All Rider, so I'd love to see that, in his car. I'm not sure, maybe a duo-based car. I'm not sure. It'd be a pretty small car, I guess, compared to the other cars, but that would be cool. Or even just have him as the All Rider, and maybe later on get a car. Is there anything for you?
You know what? There is nothing that really jumps out at me that as I said, I'd like to see something different, but nothing comes to mind.
Yep, that makes sense.
There are a few. Was it Avengers Assemble a few years back?
Yeah,
you had people like D-Man and some of the. Oh, it'd be good to see the most recent West Coast Avengers characters.
Okay, yep.
Like you had Gwenpool and Quentin Quire, America Chavez. I don't think they've done an America Chavez in a little while.
No, I don't think so either.
So, that'd be really cool to see.
That'd be cool. Yep, excellent. In the Batman team-up, we sort of talked about things we'd like. Is there anything else you can think of that you might like in that one?
Oh, one that I know that is there is Dexter, the cat Red Lantern. Yeah. And I had so much fun with the one from War of Light that I would love to get another one and play that all over again.
No, I don't want to play against more Dextars. Don't get me wrong, I love Dexter. It was an awesome cat, but man, I've just had so much trouble killing it.
Oh, the number of times I rolled out with shape changed and super senses.
That one really frustrated me, but that's always a good one. For me, I'm going to go down the Scooby-Doo path here. I just want like a generic masked villain.
That'd be very cool.
Something that's like got some support powers, but maybe mission points oriented as well, like uncover it somehow, or I'm not quite sure. It's just like I would have got
What
away with
about
it.
if you uncovered it and you can choose that it is a different character on its last click?
It could be. I always think of like, because what is it? They always pull the mask off, and it's like I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. I could actually see like have those powers on there, and maybe that's Earthbound neutralized or something like that at that point. But it could be ambition points or don't know. That was something I was thinking. In the Beyond Amazing, which is the Spider-Man set, anything you were looking for there that you may not have seen?
Um, I did like that there is a Spider Woman. I don't know the last time they did a Spider Woman. So, I mean, other than Spider Pharaoh, which is obviously that representation, but
Yeah, but it's
I
not.
really like Spider Woman, so I'd like to play that one and get that one.
Yep.
But there's so many really cool Spider Man characters that they could use. Like, I did say that there's a Daredevil, so the Daredevil could be a lot of fun to play.
Yep.
And obviously, all the villains. It's kind of like maybe, yeah, it's kind of like Batman's Rogues Gallery. You can have some very, very fun games with Batman and Spider-Man's enemies.
Yep, that makes total sense. For me, the only one I haven't seen is Rhino. I've seen most of the other villains, but anyone I haven't really seen is Rhino. So hopefully they do make a new Rhino. That's what I'm hoping for in that set. Yeah, so that was Malcolm's third question. So we moved into from 2 to 3. So that was what character you want to see in upcoming sets. Okay, so his last question 4 is future sets. What would you like to see? A future Marvel set, future DC set. So which sets do you want in the future, and which characters do you want in it? It doesn't have to be big. I would love to see a Lantern set for DC.
Yeah.
I know
we haven't had one of those in a while, so that would be really good.
Yeah, I know we're getting some lanterns in Batman team up, but it'd be great just to have another full lantern set with lots of the enemies and just some cool stuff like that as well. And I really haven't got anything for Marvel.
Well, I can help you with that one.
You go.
Reaching way back into the past for this one, but Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
I would love to see a proper Age of Apocalypse set. I know they were chasers for 2 different sets, but there are so many fantastic characters in that run, and that was around the time when I started really getting into comic books. So I've got a lot of love for it.
Yep, that's fair enough. I'd totally get that. And yes, there is that. While they have thrown a whole lot in chasers, there's still so many characters they could have, and easily could go back and revisit that and do a full set for it. I like the idea of that myself as well. I did have thinking about other sets, seeing as we get Scooby-Doo moving into Batman. And I always think if they're doing some Hanna-Barbera kind of stuff, maybe because you start. I sort of think about things like it might not be a full. Well, you could do a full set of Hanna-Barbera, I guess, but if maybe just miniature game sets, so it appeals to a wider audience, and you could have like a Space Ghost set, like the miniature ones they're playing at the moment, but like just Space Ghost or Birdman or Herculoids or there's so much that
wacky races,
wacky race. Yeah, I'm sure they could work it out if they've got the license, they could work it out. Just think that would be a way that you can inject those other licenses in, but you don't have to actually have a full set of it. The miniature games are the way to go for that, I reckon.
Yeah, no, that would be a lot of fun.
Because you create the scenarios to go with it, but you can also have the pieces, and they could actually come into being played if you needed to. Yeah, I think just throwing it out there. I'm sure WizKids isn't listening, so it's all fine.
No, they're avid listeners.
Oh yeah, I've clicked on the Barbie. I'm sure they are. Yeah, anything that you can think of? Did you have a DC set that you're looking for? You're more of a Marvel person, I'm guessing, than DC.
Yeah, I am more of a Marvel person. I like picking up the occasional Batman. I really enjoyed reading the Wonder Woman when they changed the New 52. I thought that was really, really innovative and fun.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't read a lot of DC, I have recently been picking up Usagi Yojimbo, or Usagi Yojimbo, the old Rabbit Samurai.
Yes,
So if they ever bring back indie clicks, that would be very fun.
that would be really cool.
I mean, I know uh, Usagi Yojimbo does show up in the Ninja Turtles cartoons and comics, so maybe bring back Ninja Turtles clicks, and we can chuck it in there.
Yep, that sounds fair to me. I'd be nice if they could get some more properties to add in. I did like the era with WWE and Star Trek and being able to have those different things cross in there, Turtles as well. I like Marvel and DC, but I like those other things too. So that'd be really cool if they did bring Turtles back and put Usagi Jimbo in there. That'd be excellent. The other one I did read from DC, or had been reading of, is the Deceased, which is like their zombie version. And that was I actually really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. They could almost do a whole set on that, or at least a chase set on that, because they got people taking on different roles in the universe and in that world and how things work out. That'd actually be really cool. Good fun.
Yeah, a lot of monster keywords.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot of zombies. That could be really good.
Yep. And we know zombies sell, so everyone loves zombies, so it always works out pretty well. Cool. And so that's our questions from Malcolm Rush. So thanks, Anthony, for helping me answer those.
No, not a problem.
Excellent. I think we're probably at the end for tonight, so it's been a pleasure to record with you tonight.
No, thanks for having me on here.
Thanks for sharing your HeroClix story and getting started. And hopefully, if there's someone who Canberra who hears this, or someone who knows someone in Canberra who plays, drop a note on the HeroClix Australia Facebook page and get in touch with Anthony. I know he'd love to have a game.
Yeah, we can have a bit of fun.
So I'll finish this off. So again, I'll say thanks, Anthony, for joining us. And so as we bring another episode to a close and turn off the Barbie, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the show. Have a great week, and remember that even a poor plan is better than no plan at all. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you, Ben.
Do you know what time it is?
Can't sleep.
There are tabs for that.
Yeah, but then I'd be sleeping. Want to fight?